Welcome, wrestling fans. Tony Schiavone here. This is the NWA, and we are coming to you live from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And tonight, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Stay with us, and we'll be right back with NWA Wrestling. Welcome, wrestling fans. NWA action. We're coming to you live from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and entering the ring at this time. They are one of the most devastating tag teams to come down the pike in quite some time. The Towers of Power, Psycho Sid and Mean Mark. And tonight they go up against the NWA's United States Tag Team Champions, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. Joining me in the broadcast booth, as usual, Stu Mayhem. And Stu, tonight we've got so many great matches coming your way.
We have got it all right here, fans. I'll tell you, the NWA United States Champion, Magnum TA, is in action. He'll be defending the title. We're also going to see the Nature Boy Ric Flair, and the NWA World title is up for grabs tonight. Not every week we get to see the Nature Boy Ric Flair defend the title, but here on the Nation Network, this exclusive coverage.
All right, get ready. Here they come.
Well, listen, everybody, let me tell you about the rock and roll.
From the volunteer state of Tennessee, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, they are the NWA U.S. Tag Team Champions, the Rock and Roll Express.
All these fans up on their feet right now for the Rock and Roll Express. They're going to have their work cut out for them, though. They give up so much in size and strength to the challengers.
Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, they have been there before. They know what it takes. As we take a look at what they are fighting for, the NWA United States Tag Team Championship titles. We take a look, there are the challengers, and again, height, size, strength, the advantages all going towards the challengers. However, if there's anything to be said, speed, agility, and I believe tag team continuity goes to Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson.
Well, the Towers of Power have come so close on occasion. They had recent matches with the Midnight Express where we thought we'd have new tag team champions, and it didn't turn out that way. Now they're trying their luck at the NWA United States Tag Team titles.
Well, should they manage to win the match, should they manage to take the titles, that would put them right back into the title picture with the Midnight Express, I would have to believe. Bell sounds and we're ready for action. Right off the bat, Psycho Sid using that strength advantage and dropping Ricky Morton.
Well, Ricky Morton walked right up and into him, and that's, again, not going to be a very good idea. That's not a strong game plan for success if you're the Rock and Roll Express. You've got to hit and run. You got to stick and move and keep on the run when it comes to these guys. If they try to match size and strength and go toe-to-toe with them, it's going to be over before it even begins.
Now it is Mark Callis with a big shot to the midsection. Now we know Mark Callis likes to use that heart punch. And I can tell you if he does that, it might be all over. We might have new tag team champions right here going for the cover on Ricky Morton. Only getting the 1 count, but early on, Ricky is in all kinds of trouble. Callis has him up. He couldn't hold him, and now Ricky Morton from behind, chopping the leg, and that's a smart move right there by Ricky Morton.
Indeed it is. If he can cut him down to size, there's the tag made by Morton. And keeping a fresh man in the ring will be the other thing they'll want to do. But if they can go to work on a leg of either of these big men and make them a little bit shorter, take some of that base of power away from them, then you've got something to talk about. But right now, it is still the Towers of Power dominating.
Mark Callis seems to think the end is near, and right now the Rock and Roll Express have had absolutely nothing. Nothing in the way of offense. Mark Callis hammering down across the back of Robert Gibson. And now Gibson locks it up. There's a DDT. He's going to have to come up with something now. He's got to follow this up with some offense.
Oh, there's that buckshot elbow smash by Robert Gibson. Well done. And now finally some offense. And now hammering away. And Mean Mark is in trouble. Down goes Mark Callis.
Well, the Irish Whip sends him into the turnbuckle, and now the Rock and Roll Express got a double team. Mean Mark Callis, and this will help them a lot if they can go 2-on-1. Nice move by the Rock and Roll Express. Turns him inside out with that one. Callis could not find his corner. Psycho Sid now reaching out for the tag, but Callis can't get out of trouble. Ricky Morton ties him up in the ropes. And suddenly Mean Mark on the receiving end. Ricky Morton up against the ropes now. Mean Mark Callis, what's he going to do with him? Callis drops him gut first across that top rope.
Oh, he's really feeling pretty good about things right now as momentum again back in his corner, but perhaps a tag should be made.
Fall away slam by Mark Callis, and Robert Gibson watching on anxiously. Ricky Morton taking a lot of damage right now. Mean Mark Callis has him up in the air, drops him face first across that turnbuckle. And Gibson able to make the tag. Marcellus coming up with the overhand right. And now he's got him. He's got him by the throat.
Robert Gibson is in trouble, but he fights his way back out of it.
Sid Vicious going around the ring. What's he doing? Robert Gibson now gets Sid Vicious, catching him with a flying head scissor. And out goes Sid Vicious. Robert Gibson right now. There's a neck breaker. Hooks the leg. Mean Marcellus is in trouble. And it's over.
I don't believe what I'm seeing here.
Then the Rock and Roll Express pull off an upset victory. And the Towers of Power continue to struggle.
Well, the neck breaker turns out to be enough, and I didn't think it would be, but it was. We saw Psycho sit outside the ring. He wasn't able to get in and make the save. And they are still the NWA United States Tag Team Champions, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson.
Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, the Rock and Roll Express victorious. Stay with us, plenty more action still to come. We'll be back. All right, fans, we are back, and we're being joined by Michael Hayes. Michael Hayes, who later tonight will challenge the Nature Boy Ric Flair for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
Well, that story there writes itself. The Horsemen are the reason the Freebirds are no more.
You know something? There are a lot of old sayings that go around, and the reason that they are old sayings is because there's a little bit of truth to them. Now, everybody knows the history between the Freebirds and the Horsemen. Now let's talk about the history of some of those old sayings. To beat a man, you gotta beat the man. Well, for every action, there is an equal reaction. And tonight, Ric Flair, you're gonna find out what that reaction looks like. See, the Freebirds, we may not be wrestling as a tag team no more, but that don't mean we ain't wrestling. See, when it comes to Bad Street, you can't beat Bad Street. All you've done is made us take different roads. We are going to be more devastating as three individuals than we ever were, coming at you at once. So to beat the man, Well, that's what's going to happen tonight. You see, you took something from me that meant a whole lot, and that's the Freebirds. I'm going to take from you what I know means more to you than anything in the world. The NWA Heavyweight Championship. Tonight, Michael P.S. Hayes will beat the man.
All right, fans, we're not going to have to wait long to find out. Michael P.S. Hayes is going up against the Nature Boy Ric Flair tonight for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. All right, fans, we are back, and it is time. We've got two of the big names here in the NWA. The NWA Television Champion, Nikita Koloff. That title is not on the line here this week. He's going to be going up against the Total Package, Lex Luger, former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Both of these men with something to prove here tonight, and one of them will.
Well, Lex Luger definitely trying to get that opportunity that Michael Hayes has tonight. As is the Russian Nightmare, Nikita Koloff.
Indeed, and Russian Nightmare Nikita Koloff in action here. His uncle Ivan Koloff not at ringside, but he'll be in action later tonight as he goes up against Magnum TA for the NWA United States Championship. And they have said that tonight they will leave where both men are champions. And that's very possible. We'll see.
Well, I'm pretty sure Magnum TA has got something to say about that.
Fans here not appreciating Nikita Koloff very much. But they are on their feet for this man. Chicago, Illinois' very own, the Total Package, Lex Luger.
The Total Package, Lex Luger in action here.
He has not lost sight of the big picture. He knows he's got to work his way back up to the Nature Boy Ric Flair, and he says he's going to do just that. The bell sounds, action's underway, and Luger right away goes across the ring and takes down Nikita Koloff. Once again attacking the leg of the Russian Nightmare. And now running clothesline, taking a page out of the book of the Russian Nightmare.
Well, he caught him with a variation of that Russian sickle. that Koloff uses so much, and you can see the effect it's had on him. He's having a hard time getting back to his feet, and now Luger stalking him.
Luger's got him up he's got him in the torture rack. I don't believe it. Referee is there. This could be a huge win for the total package. Lex Luger, it's over.
Unbelievable. Lex Luger makes short work of Nikita Koloff here this week.
There he is. He's got him up in a torture rack, and I thought Koloff might find a way out of it. Fortunately for him, the TV title wasn't on the line. If it was, we'd be looking at a new champion.
Well, not only that, but you have to believe that that's going to put Luger up there. He might be getting a shot at that television title after a match like that. Nobody, and I mean nobody, goes through Nikita Koloff like that.
All right, fans, we are back live from Oklahoma. This is NWA Wrestling Action. It is time now for the NWA six-man tag team title offense.
Well, here they are, the most unlikely champions. Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and James J. Dillon. And James J. Dillon, perhaps the reason why they are the unlikely champions.
No doubt about it, when the Freebirds put the challenge out, it looked like they had railroaded the Horsemen. But things backfired. James J. Dillon ends up getting the pinfall victory, and it is the Freebirds forced to disband. However, tonight it won't be the Freebirds going up against the Horsemen. Tonight we've got a completely different team coming this way, and they all have personal vendettas they want to settle with these three gentlemen. James J. Dillon didn't think he'd be wearing championship gold at this point in his career, but he's doing it but that means he has to defend it. And here comes the first member of the tag team that's going to look to take those titles away. The Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant.
Well, he is the leader of the street people. The Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, making his way to the ring, and we understand he's got two top-notch teammates to join him here tonight.
We may be getting new six-man tag team champions here in Oklahoma. These fans love the Boogie Woogie Man. Oh, and here comes his tag team partner, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
He's just a common man.
In all his splendor.
Oh, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, feeling a little extra flamboyant this evening. These are people of the people. You've got the street people with the Boogie Woogie Man. You got the American Dream, the son of the plumber, the working man's champion.
And Dusty Rhodes has this crowd riled up. The Horsemen are going to have their work cut out from tonight. And here comes their tag team partner, the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez.
Well, as each member of this team comes out, I feel a little less confident that the Horsemen have a chance of retaining tonight.
The odds definitely not looking like they're stacked in favor of the Horsemen. And again, the biggest reason is the weak link, and the weak link is James J. Dillon. Up until now, that hasn't hurt them, but you have to wonder how much longer they can dodge the bullet. Sooner or later, there's going to be a match where Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard are getting it handed to them, and they're going to need to rely on their third partner. Bell sounds, action's underway, and now it is Jimmy Valiant going to work with Arn Anderson, and look at his backs of it to the ropes right off the bat, wasting no time whatsoever. And he slams Anderson hard to the mat.
Well, Jimmy Valiant setting the pace in this one early on. You see James J. Dillon watching on. Doesn't look like he's extending an arm to make a tag, though, does it?
Well, in the meantime, there is a tag made by now Dusty Rhodes. Double team. Double hip toss, and down goes Arn Anderson. Anderson and Dusty Rhodes have a very long history between them indeed. No love lost between these two men. Big elbow, and it strikes the head. And now Anderson was trying to make the tag. James J. Dillon, to his credit, was reaching for it.
He was reaching for it, but that might have been one of the shortest arms I've ever seen.
Dusty Rhodes is up, but Anderson couldn't hold him, and down again goes Anderson. Desperate to make the tag right now. Arn Anderson is getting it from all sides here in this one. Another tag made, and now the Boogie Woogie Man back in there with Anderson. We're back where we began. There's a tremendous gut buster right there. Now Valiant with a big splash off that middle rope. Tag is made. Here comes Manny Fernandez, and now the Raging Bull going to have an opportunity. Anderson goes into the turnbuckle. There's that big back elbow that Manny Fernandez loves to use.
Manny Fernandez is a master when it comes to using the elbow. And again, James J. Dillon had the reach. It wasn't the longest arm I've ever seen, but he did go for it. And unable to do anything now is James J. Dillon hoping to get Arn Anderson out of this match one way or another. And I'm sure Arn Anderson also hoping to do that. But right now, it is the Raging Bull in control.
Well, he was, but Anderson just falls out and drops him. And there's the tag to Tully Blanchard. Interesting. Did not go with James J. Dillon. Back body dropped by Anderson. Make that Blanchard, I beg your pardon. Now raking the eyes of the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. And there's a Russian leg sweep. And suddenly, the tide has turned, even if for just a moment. Now there's the tag made to James J. Dillon.
Oh, Dillon signaling the end. I don't know. It might be a little soon, and I think JJ needs to make a quick tag out. But look at Arn Anderson out on the apron. I don't think he's going to be coming in anytime soon.
Meantime, James J. Dillon just got driven into the turnbuckle. Big suplex follows it up, and he's down and in trouble. Tag is made, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. The Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez with double team right here. There's the back body, drop high into the air, he goes. Dusty Rhodes needed some additional help in recent weeks with the Horsemen, and he made the call to his good friend Manny Fernandez, who answered. Dusty Rhodes, there's the wind-up, there's the punch, and down goes James J. Dillon. And now the American Dream teeing off on him. Dusty Rhodes, what's he going to do here? Moving him out to the middle of the ring. Dillon is about to get up on his feet. That might be the mistake. Bionic elbow. Dusty Rhodes trying to clear. Now goes for the cover. Let's see if that's enough. James J. Dillon has been busted wide open. And it's over.
What is happening tonight?
Well, Arn Anderson wasn't able to try to make the save, and everything we predicted seems to have come true. James J. Dillon got into the match. He couldn't get out, and watch what happens here in a moment. There's the bionic elbow, and he busted him wide open. James J. Dillon, a bloody mess. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. The Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. And the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant. They are the new NWA six-man tag team champions. All right, fans, this crowd still buzzing about the recent event. New tag team champions, the six-man division. The Horsemen have been dethroned, and that's not going to go well. And will that be a sign of things to come tonight? Because later tonight, Ric Flair will be defending that title against Michael PSAs, and it has to make you wonder. Once again, we thank all of you joining us here on the Nation Network. The challenger for the NWA U.S. Championship, Ivan Koloff, the Russian Bear. He's a former World Heavyweight Champion. Tonight, he looks to add the U.S. title to his list of accomplishments.
Well, he's had a series of feuds with some of the greatest men in this business. Names like Bruno Sammartino come to mind. But tonight he's going up against one of the hottest wrestlers in the world, Magnum TA.
And Magnum TA, of course, is the NWA U.S. Heavyweight Champion. That gives him the advantage, the champion's advantage. That is that he can only lose that title by pinfall or submission. If there's a count-out or a disqualification, which we know with Ivan Koloff is always a strong possibility, Magnum TA may lose the match, but he would still be the U.S. Heavyweight Champion. One of the most prestigious titles in all of wrestling, and that is what these two men are here for.
Well, the Russian Bear looking pretty confident. I don't know if I would be quite that confident if I were him. I'm not saying he can't win the match. He definitely can. But it is not going to be easy.
Magnum TA handing over the NWA U.S. title. It was just a few months back that he lost that title to Nikita Koloff, who we saw earlier tonight. Now his uncle Ivan wants to take it back and once again bring it back to Mother Russia. Ivan Koloff running across the ring, and he catches Magnum TA, wasting no time. And now Magnum going to work on him, run him head first into the steel post.
Magnum now fighting back, and he's going to have to because Ivan Koloff making it clear that he has got plans and they're not good.
What a move by Magnum. He just drove him back first across the guardrail. He may have done permanent damage with that one.
And now Ivan Koloff able to get back in the ring. Beating the count by 8. But it is Magnum TA hammering away, the champion on the challenger.
And again, Magnum TA answering the call. He's got Ivan Koloff in the ropes. Now working the arm of Koloff, and that's smart logic right there. If he can take away that Russian sickle, that's one less weapon that Ivan Koloff will have to use against the U.S. champion. Magnum TA followed him into that turnbuckle and hit him with a heavy shot. Just dropped him with a stiff right forearm. Now the United States champion from the middle rope goes for the elbow, nobody home.
Koloff went at him, and he got caught with that fireman carry, perfectly executed by Magnum TA.
Rake of the eyes, though, by Koloff, and he gets out of trouble. Russian leg sweep. Two handfuls of hair, and down goes the champion. And now Ivan Koloff planting that knee right into the head of Magnum TA. Nobody home this time, and now Magnum with a clothesline of his own, and down goes the Russian Bear. Hammering away with a series of shots, lefts and rights, and down goes Ivan Koloff.
Oh, he's got him. He pressed him up overhead and slammed. Down he goes.
And now Magnum TA waiting on him to get back to his feet. We know what's going to come next if he can catch him with it. Went for the belly to belly. Ivan Koloff had some other ideas in mind, and there's the Russian sickle. We may have a new champion.
Magnum is in trouble, but he manages to fight out of it as well. Clothesline now, and both men will be going outside the ring.
Well, this one's breaking down, fans. Magnum TA doing a number on the challenger here on the floor. No love lost between the Koloffs and Magnum TA. The history between these families goes way back. Magnum TA with a big leg drop across the throat. And now it's Ivan Koloff throwing Magnum TA into the ring.
Well, Magnum TA smartly rolls out to the floor. You can't get pinned, and you're not going to submit outside the ring, but there's a Russian leg sweep.
Well, there's that double stomp right there by Ivan Koloff, hammering down on the back. Ivan Koloff now, he's got an opportunity, and let's see if he can take advantage of it. And now, look at this, Magnum caught him with a belly to belly. He got him.
Oh, it might be over.
Hooks the leg, gets one. He's got two, is that enough? Yes.
Tremendous match between Magnum TA and Ivan Koloff. Back and forth, and it looked on a number of occasions as if Magnum may have ended up biting off more than he could chew. There's that Russian sickle.
Well, he followed up outside the ring. We saw that big leg drop, and here it was, the belly-to-belly suplex. Hooked the leg. And Ivan Koloff unable to kick out of that one. Tremendous victory for Magnum TA, still the NWA United States Champion. Fans, the world title still on the line. Stay with us. Plenty more action left to come here on the NWA, live from Oklahoma. All right, fans, we apologize. We've had some technical difficulties. We want to thank the fine folks over at Spectrum Cable. For those of you that have to deal with them, you understand. Providing some of the worst cable and digital content service in the United States today. However, the only option available. Here comes the challenger. He is Michael P.S. Hayes. Formerly the leader of the Fabulous Freebirds with Bam Bam Terry Gordy and Buddy Jack Roberts. Now they have been forced to disband.
Well, they have indeed had to disband, but yet you can see Michael Hayes is still here, and he's made it very clear that they might not be able to wrestle as a team anymore, but that they may be a bigger threat to the Horsemen as individuals because now they can be coming from any side they want.
The other thing Michael Hayes made perfectly clear is that he wants to inflict the same kind of pain to Ric Flair that he has had done to him. Taking away the Fabulous Freebirds really took away the family from Michael Hayes, and now he's looking to take away the one thing that matters most in the world to the Nature Boy Ric Flair, and that is the World Heavyweight Championship. Once again, the fine folks at 2K able to screw up a wet dream pretty much, as Ric Flair comes down to any entrance other than his own simply because James J. Dillon is a member of the Four Horsemen. No ability to differentiate a singles match. Amazing technology. And then he high-fives the air. Fans, we remind you, in the not-too-distant future, we're going to be seeing WWE 2K18. It is official. They have made the announcement. It's going to happen. And we look forward to seeing what glitches they're going to bring us this year.
All new and improved, and we are looking forward to the entertainment value.
All right, the challenger, Michael P.S. Hayes. The champion, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. The bell sounds, and we are ready for action. Wasting no time at all, Ric Flair goes to work on Michael Hayes. Now going to work on the leg. Flair waiting on him to get back to his feet. He does. Oh, atomic knee dropping down goes Michael Hayes.
Nature Boy Ric Flair right now taking it to the challenger, and we heard Hayes earlier tonight talking about the old sayings, and one of them, of course, that Ric Flair has coined, and that is to beat a man, you've got to beat the man, and Michael Hayes says he's going to do that, but he hasn't done it yet.
Now the Nature Boy Ric Flair once again targeting the leg of Michael Hayes, and you can't blame him. We know he's going to go after that figure four leg lock. It's only a question of when. And now Flair choking him out.
Referee standing by really hasn't done much of anything to admonish him for it.
Now Michael P.S. Hayes catches Ric Flair. Fireman carry takes him down. Snapmare as well. And now Michael Hayes in control, working the arm of the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Flair rolls through it, comes back out on top. Hammerlock now by Michael P.S. Hayes. Back elbow by the champion. You see James J. Dillon appreciating what he's seeing right there. Now Michael Hayes from behind. He's got Ric Flair in trouble. Atomic knee dropping down goes the champion. And now it's payback time.
Oh, indeed. You can fight fire with fire. Flair is considered the dirtiest player in the game, but I don't know that Michael Hayes is too far behind.
Hayes going for the cover. He thinks he's got what it takes to be the champion here, but he pulls him up by the hair. That could be a mistake.
I dare say that is a mistake. If you have them beat, you better beat them. Rake in the eyes, and there is going to be. What's good for the goose, good for the gander.
Flair went for it, he missed, and now Michael Hayes has him on the floor. Flair with the opportunity here. What's he going to do? Not on the concrete. Come on.
Just drop that knee right to the head on a concrete floor, as you mentioned.
Well, Flair, the dirtiest player in the game, living up to the title right here. Into that steel post. Referee's count continues. Flair gets in, he gets out. Flair's got James J. Dillon. What the hell's that all about?
Well, looked like he was trying to have a moment with Dillon, and I don't know what happened there, but now Flair again runs him into the steel post head first.
Flair has got him. The champion has the challenger, now throws him back in. Oh, he just took out the referee. Referee is down. Michael Hayes trying to work the arm. And Ric Flair again rolls through, comes up. Flair's got him right in his crosshairs. There he is. That knee right to the head. Flair going for the figure four leg lock, and there it is. It's on him. Michael Hayes. Struggling to survive in this one. Oh, Hayes still alive, just barely. Flair continues to grind it out. Referee is there, and that's all she wrote. Michael Hayes had to tap out in order to survive. Here we take a look at that opportunity, and he may rue the day because he pulled Flair up off the mat. I'm not saying he would have had him there, but we'll never know. But you have the champion's shoulders down, you don't pull him up. There it is, that figure four leg lock. He held on for quite some time, but when he couldn't turn it over, he had no